So here is the ugly truth. Circumstances or situations don't care about our feelings. So if we are mad or angry at something, that does not mean that something will actually care or respond in a way that you want it to respond. And so the best way is to be able to control your emotions and avoid negative emotions or feelings like anger or fear, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And the people at who you're angry will not likely change, and it will only make the situation worse because they will get angry at you, etc. And it's a vicious cycle where you'll be getting more and more angry at each other. So the best way is to be able to control your emotions and be more proactive, right? Foreseeing things happening rather than in a reactive mode. And there's actually great things you can do in terms of neurofeedback and really being able to control your brain waves. And there's cool technology right now that you can push yourself to being in the proactive mode. Another reason why it's not important is because, well, you should really understand that we can't really label something as good or or bad, because as soon as we label something as bad, of course we're going to feel a certain way. Emotions, right? The way we think, it inputs how we feel, which inputs how we act. So we want to definitely avoid labeling things, and just having no opinions about something is probably the best way. It's really how we react to something. If, for example, you want to send a bad letter to someone because you have a negative intention, but that person doesn't read it, it won't affect them, right? You won't react negatively. It's how we react that affects us. Even if people externally can do whatever they want to us, but it's how we react that affects. So that's really, really important. It's more psychological in nature. That's really gonna govern how we um how we're going to behave to something, or how we're going to feel. It's a reaction to something. And the last point that I want to mention um is called the smoke and dust of myth. At the end of the day, where it doesn't really matter much our emotions, um and nobody really cares. And what's the point of having negative emotions if it doesn't align with our goals? We want to leave this planet making a difference. We want to live with our passion and our top values. So it's very important to put all of this aside, because this is just a waste of time and doesn't help you. In fact, it takes away from contributing. You're making things worse by having these negative emotions, and we want to leave this planet making a difference. So it's very important to avoid negative feelings, because it won't make a difference. External situations won't change because of you, or because of your feelings. It will not make the situation any better. Your reaction to the situation affects everything. So you want to make it a positive reaction, and not react in a negative way. You want to avoid being overly reactive to every small thing. And the last thing, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, these insignificant things over which you have negative feelings about and negative emotions, because they it just takes your time away and energy away, and frankly, it doesn't help you achieve what you really want to stand for in life, and it doesn't really help you fulfill your top priorities.